Welcome to Columbus, Ohio, and the venerable Horseshoe, home of the Ohio State Buckeyes, a place that's home to such legendary names as Archie, Woody, Zeke, and Stroud. Today, a Big Ten clash, and you know when you square off against a conference opponent, the blood boils a little hotter. As we'll see, the Purdue Boilermakers taking on the sixth-ranked team in the land, the Ohio State Buckeyes. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. The Buckeyes will kick it away to start. Caught inside the 20, chance for a good return. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. So Purdue's offense will take the first swing of the game. And not only is this guy the energy and the engine of the offense, there's a certain charisma that he has that sort of elevates everyone around him.
He's got a moxie about him, Reese. It just seems like when he's in the huddle, he's got 10 other sets of eyeballs looking at him and believing in him to lead this offense down the field towards scoring points. This guy is a leader in every sense of the word.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Wants to throw on second down. Grabbed in the middle, it's Brown. And that is good versatility there and a big hit from the backer in pass coverage. In the gun, looking to throw on third down. Dances away. Quarterback gets the first down and more.
Nice job. Nice way to end that play for the QB. He does a really good job scrambling, getting the first down, and getting down. Because defensively, I'm trying to get a lick. Anytime I can hit the quarterback, that is a win.
He's right on target. That's where they'll mark him a very productive play and a first down.
These guys are called matchup guys. They're not the biggest guys on the field, but they're going to win. Short, and they're going to catch the ball, and they're going to make yards after the catch. You can tell those are the type of guys in college football that are starting to get maximized and used a lot more than they were in the past.
They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5. And the Boilermakers want to crank the tempo. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down. After the last run, would you just give it to him again on third down? They'll try to run for it. Just what they'd hoped for on third down as they've got a first at the 32. The Boilermakers come to the line with a new set of downs. They've got him looking raw, but they're going to throw it. Makes the grab. It's Brown. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down. Now the crowd responding in the red zone, trying to help this defense. They'll run it. It's Russo fighting off the defender.
This defense has got to get better at tackling in the open field or gang tackling, because if you need 3 or 4 guys to bring a guy down, have fun with that.
He wants to pass it on second down. Caught. They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be 1st and goal from there. These fans trying to be like a 12th man on defense and help them get a stop. They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He's got it. He gets it in. Touchdown, Boilermakers!
And how about the job by this offense? This is not a scrub defense. This is a top 10 defense in college football. You got to take points whenever you can get them. Nice job putting a drive together, putting 6 on the board. No matter how it looks, you just got to keep fighting with this squad.
So Ohio State's offense will have its first possession of the game. One way to mitigate the explosive capabilities he has on the outside is be physical with him, and this dude will do that.
He will do that, and you don't see a lot of offenses take the top off this D because of this guy roaming around in the middle of the field. He is a true center fielder, so this receiver's going to have to make plays.
This does such a great job of getting guys on the ground. A lot of people are in position, but he makes plays, so him versus a dynamic wide receiver on the outside will be a great matchup.
Here's a quick throw out to the left. They make the stop right there. Good pickup. It's still short of the first down. These are the types of plays where offenses impose their will. 3rd and short from the 45. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Oh, a big decision here early as they leave the offense on the field in their own territory. They want to keep this opening drive alive. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
You can tell this is a pass play. He has his eyes down the field. He's looking to throw the football. But how nice is it when you got a guy like this that can scramble and go get you a first down? Just really hard to stop from a defensive perspective.
Fires to the right. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly.
There's an example of what happens when the quarterback doesn't have a chance to set his feet. The pressure just forced him to have to work off schedule a little bit. And I think because of that, wasn't able to be as accurate as he wanted to be.
He found plenty of room, and he gets it to the 39-yard line. The Buckeyes are moving quickly down the field. They'll leave it with him. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made. Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. To the ground with the back. And the Buckeyes get the first down.
Yeah, and there you go again. Ohio State bringing the ground game. They typically do that, Reese. That's pretty normal.
They've built their entire program around it. Archie Griffin, 2-time Heisman Trophy winner. You go back to Hopalong Cassidy. I mean, the Buckeyes fires deep toward the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Ohio State.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
After that latest answer tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. On the move from inside his 5. And the returner will be brought down. Time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Use the play fake, now to throw. Moving away from pressure. And he has a solid gain on the play before sliding. Absolutely nothing settled. Deadlocked after one period of play as we have a look at the stats. 2nd down now as they're ready to go back to work. The give to the back. And they try the middle of this stout defense, and they rise to the challenge. The Boilermakers headed quickly to the line. Here's the snap, ready to cut one loose. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down. And here comes the punt team. Gets his first one of the day off. He was called on 4 times in last week's win. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. How big is this drive? Scored a touchdown the last time. They unleashes one deep. And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play. After the quarterback and receiver failed to hook up, they'll try it again on 2nd down. Throwing right. Got him down try to add another to their lead. And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Two very different emotions inside the locker rooms of these teams who did battle today. Florida sparkled today in a dominant road win. In fact, by the fourth quarter, it almost felt like this game was being played in the swamp. That's how much they took that crowd out of it. The circle of life in college football, where one team moves on feeling like kings and the other heads home licking its wounds.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Offense, quick tempo.
It's really hard defensively to bring pressure when you keep moving the quarterback outside the pocket. You don't know which way he's going to go. Great job getting him outside the pocket. Now he can get on the edge and get some easy free yards or take a shot deep down the field.
They've got it at the 36. It's a 1st and 10. Use the play fake. Now to throw. And the pressure gets to him. Down goes the quarterback.
When it's a play-action pass, that quarterback, he really has to sell the fake. He can't tell his offensive lineman's getting beat right away while he's selling the fake. He had no shot.
The give to the back. Powers through the defender. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And if I'm the running back, I'm going to listen. Can you give me something? Can you give me some space to try to make somebody miss and not have another guy right next to me? I'm giving the offensive line an earful. I need some holes, need some space up front. They got to do a better job.
A solid pickup on the scramble and slide, but there's a flag down. Let's see what that's about. They'll decline the penalty here and let the result of that play stand. The Boilermakers will bring the punt team onto the field. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. They barely get the punt out of their own territory. It'll be marked down just outside the 45. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Jesse looking to take it down the field for back-to-back touchdowns.
It's really important for them moving forward, too, to have a lot of balance, right? You want to be able to keep this defense guessing, Paul.
Yeah, and you got me searching for answers after that last drive. You stack another drive on top of this, their defense's heads are going to be spinning all over the place.
The Buckeyes moving quickly to the line. Wide receiver coming across in motion. From the red zone, looking for a space. And it's picked off at the goal line. That's a way to make a stand. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
And that's just excellent coverage. Man, cover one, nowhere to throw the football. Look at everybody playing man across the board, and you still got the safety in the middle of the field. Nobody open, and if I'm the QB man, I don't need to force it. I don't force it into tight windows if it's not there. He throws it, unfortunately, gets the interception. Bad decision by the QB there.
How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion?
Yeah, that was a good play on the ball, getting his hand up and getting the tip, getting the deflection. Ball bounces up in the air, falls to the ground, incomplete pass.
And here comes the offense on 2nd down. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Using the back as a receiver on the screen.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football. And a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting the football, letting them get some positive yards.
4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. Slips through the line. Touchdown, Ohio State. How about the special teams coming up with a huge play?
And that is one of the biggest plays of that young man's football life. The true freshman taking the punt to the house. If I'm the head coach and I watch that, I'm now trying to find ways to get this guy on the field offensively because he's got some special ability.
No chance to return that one. A booming kickoff out of the back of the end zone. It's a touchback. The Boilermakers have it back, and here comes the offense. Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, 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 David.
And their defense is starting to get a little frustrated, too. They just keep putting me back on the field, possession after possession. Jesse, this offense needs to get their heads out of their you-know-whats.
The punter's on the sideline with the oxygen mask right now. He's been playing so much. He's not used to this. This offense, they just got to stay on the field. They've got to put a drive together and get some balance going, running and throwing the ball.
They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. The snap sets up the throw. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on third down. And the Boilermakers will send out the punt unit. He's getting a lot of work. Fourth time he's punted tonight. And they'll mark the spot on this one just outside the 40-yard line. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. That last drive was a punch in the gut, throwing the pick in the red zone, Jesse.
Yeah, it just seemed like there was some miscommunication down there in the red zone. David, this drive, the QB and receivers...
Pulls it in inside the 10. Touchdown, Buckeyes. What a catch and run for 6. They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. He wants to throw. He'll loft one deep down the left side. And they can't make the connection, going for a big play on first down. Last incompletion leaves them still sitting at their own 25 with 2nd and 10. Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. Catch in the middle, it's Russo. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line. Going up top on first down. Got his man on the right. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the first down. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. He's looking to throw it. Got his man quickly. They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that first down. The Boilermakers come to the line in the hurry-up. On second down, he'll let it fly. Grabbed behind the line, it's Russo. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Ball at the 38. The defense will try to get a stop on third and short. Looking to throw for it. Dances away to buy time. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
Sometimes these guys just have eyes in the back of their head. You saw it right there. He was able to buy himself time, get outside the pocket, and at that point, I think the decision was pretty easy. Hey, I can go get this with my feet. He was able to do that. Now they got a fresh set of...
Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
This is not going to get any easier. You're already down. You know it's passing situation, and you got to protect your quarterback, and they can't do it. This has not been a great day early for this offense.
The first down sack pushes the ball back for this long second down. And he just overshot his man and threw it out of bounds, incomplete.
The defense was obviously ready for that play. They've obviously been watching film. They know that that pass play is one of the bread and butter plays this offense has, so nice job defending it.
This will be the 8th play of the drive, but a great opportunity for the defense to get off the field. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39.
And they've been waiting for something good to happen with respect to getting after the quarterback, right? They're outside of the top 100 in the country in sacks per game, but finally now you see they're generating this pass rush. 3 sacks on the game so far.
First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Fellas, looks like we've got a great one going down in Columbus today.
The Boilermakers will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. From inside his own 15, trying to follow. Look at that toughness, just running through everybody. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Looking for a productive play on first down. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Trying to find his man on first down. He'll turn it loose out to the right. He's got it downfield for a huge gain. And he is marked out of bounds after another big gain. This aerial attack has had no problem moving the ball with chunk plays. You get a play like that and you feel like you can go in and finish just flying through the air like a superhero to make the grab. The time-honored phrase for a quarterback is field general. This dude in this environment, he's like a stadium commander. He's like an elevated rank above field general.
He's like an orchestrator. He knows how to set them off and bring it up and bring the...
Touchdown, Ohio State! And the punishment has been extended. Ready to try the point after. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Fellas, I think at least a portion of your audience will have an interest in the one that just finished up. TCU escaped with the victory, and I say escaped. Look, in college football, teams will take any win, but I think those Horned Frog fans could have done without this one being so close. 60 minutes of football and a convincing outcome, and certainly a game with implications far beyond just the standings, fellas.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. He's looking to throw. Caught behind the line. It's Russo. Tackled immediately after the catch.
You know, it's funny. I know running backs oftentimes are afterthoughts when it comes to the passing game, but when you think about it, this guy's been making people miss his entire life taking handoffs. So why wouldn't you try to get him involved in the passing game as well? You just saw in that last play how dangerous he is after the catch.
Ball is free. A defense scoops it up and they're bringing it back. Touchdown, Buckeyes! The defense takes matters into their own hands. The defense comes up with the fumble and takes it to the house.
The old scoop and score. Create the fumble, pick that puppy up, take it to the house. Great job by the defense, not only forcing the turnover, but getting points out of it.
Lining up for the PAT. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. The scoop and score. What a lift it can give to the defense. Not content to get the ball. They wanted to do something with it, and they did. This will not be returnable as it sails out of the back of the end zone. The Purdue offense heads back out to the field. Line gets set, first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Complete in the middle. Gets it to the 42-yard line, and that's a first down.
Really nice job by quarterback and wide receiver. This is why you do film work. This is why you throw on air all offseason. I know I get zone coverage. I know exactly where I'm breaking. I know exactly where to deliver the football. Nice throw, nice catch.
Breaks the tackle. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep third downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on first down.
He's back to throw on second down. And there was nowhere to go for this quarterback, and down he goes.
seen this offense struggle early in this game protecting the quarterback. They went in at halftime, thought they had made the right adjustments, but it's not looking like it right now. They're still having issues keeping this guy standing up straight. Up front, they're just getting beat across the board.
And the ball is intercepted. Not much of a chance on the return, but they'll have the ball at the 33.
Man, that is how you get it done as a defense when you're playing cover one. Like, you got the middle of the field safety, but everybody else is manning up. Nice job running with this guy, seeing the football, breaking on it, making the interception, making the big play for this defense.
Blasted as he lets it go. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
Well, on offense, no doubt, right? You've had success. You're throwing some tutties. Why not keep throwing it? They're going to keep being aggressive. You're going to have to do a better job, though, keeping this quarterback standing up.
After the incompletion, they go back up top. The sure hands, it's Sparks. He's brought down, solid pickup, but a little bit short of the first down.
A nice job by the QB there, timing out that drag throw. It's zone coverage, so he's got to make sure he gets it to his receiver in a window to allow him to catch the ball and then turn it upfield.
On third and short, they'll try to convert through the air. And it's incomplete despite some serious arm strength shown there.
Defense did a great job. Third and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel on the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
This is the absolute right call. They're going for it on fourth down. Got it past the marker. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. They were willing to spin that wheel of fortune in their own territory, and it paid off.
And it came up good. I mean, I think you see the aggressiveness by these offenses now, willing to go for it on their own territory, and I like it because they got it.
He's going to fire deep. And the DB making a huge play, knocking it away downfield.
Nice job in coverage there. Offense trying to take a shot downfield. The defender able to tip that one up in the air and force it incomplete.
Let's see if they go back to the air on second down. Going back to the well, another deep ball. Touchdown, Ohio State. And the beatdown has ensued. Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. If you can do that, I don't know why you don't do it every time. Reduce the risk. Banged it out of the back of the end zone. They'll put it in play at the 25. The Boilermakers have it back, and here comes the offense. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field to score some points.
Dang, Palmer, I wish I would have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that were just like, yeah, my bad. Hey, guys, I got this. Sorry about that. It was more, we should have ran a better route.
Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28. Let's see what call they have on third and long from the 28. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the right. Complete downfield. Oh, look out. He's got the sidelines going nuts as he gets it down to the 18-yard line. Ripping off a huge chunk of yardage like that. Now you're able to attack and try to get a touchdown on this drive.
I can't wait to see next, Reese, if this offensive coordinator and play caller decides to keep his foot down on the pedal and maybe take another shot now that they're in the red zone.
And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him.
How easy was that? I mean, when you got a quarterback that can run design runs like this and get you 5+ yards just and make it look that easy, God, it makes it really hard for the defenses to stop.
Here's the handoff. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Well, guys, Ohio State has the lead here. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. They'd love to pick up this third down and get a fresh set with first and goal. Quickly complete. Touchdown, Purdue! Reeled it in and just made the house call.
This has been a rough day for this offense, and finally, some good things to happen. Build some momentum, maybe.
The extra point is blocked. He picks it up. That's a live ball. Past the 50. He's at the 30. 10. He takes it all the way back for the defensive two-point conversion. 76 yards on the drive for the touchdown. And they finish it by firing one in from the 13 for the score. Getting the extra point block soured that touchdown drive just a bit, but they'll line up to kick it off. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect it.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
Defense there to stop him after a 2-yard gain to the 31. How bold will they be on third down after that last run? Power football with the run. He'll have enough to move the chains. It's first down at the 38.
Fresh legs, man, and it is showing, of course, this team had the bye last week, and you're seeing it right now late in the game. Running the football, imposing their will against the defense that looks tired. Of course, they had to play last week, and you're seeing that right now.
And the pass hits, picked off. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
Never say die attitude, and I love that, especially in these young players, because they're out there competing. And I know the scoreboard right now doesn't look pretty. They're not going to come back and win this football game, but I just love kids that are competing until there's zeros on the clock.
Headed to the end zone, and he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Boilermakers!
Yeah, good for them. They put together a drive. They got a touchdown. It's been a bad day. I mean, this is a day they're going to want to forget. They're getting destroyed, but at least you get some positive vibes. Maybe finish this game on a little bit of a high note. A little bit.
Coming out with it, it's Jones. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it, right? If you're going to be a great player, you got to learn how to handle these mistakes and move on.
That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. The offense lining up for a first down play. Hand off from the shotgun. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. Went to the running game on first down. Now here they come again. Quarterback wants to throw on second down. Makes the catch down the right side. Open runway ahead. Touchdown, Buckeyes! And the stomping has commenced. They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, want to update you on a game that went final moments ago. Oklahoma State escaped with the victory, and I say escaped. Look, in college football, teams will take any win, but I think those Pokes fans could have done without this one being so close. It's one game. You don't want to react too much either way, but I think both teams will leave this one with some things to work on moving forward.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there.
The offense came into this game knowing that for them to win, they were going to have to make some big plays throwing the football. That just has not been the case. Here in the fourth quarter, they've been held to less than 200 passing yards, and that's really the story of the game, guys.
2nd and 10 after the previous play. He's looking to throw. Using his legs to buy some time. Open space at the 25. He gets the job done, picking up the first down, then getting down.
You know, QBs want to make those big plays. They want to put up the big stats. But when nothing's there, sometimes you just tuck the ball, get a minimal gain. I like the slide, by the way, too. Get down and don't take a big hit.
Now on first down from the 28. He's going to pass. And he just threw that one away. Safe move, didn't see anything, lived to play another play. And the incompletion brings up a second down. He's looking to throw. Quick strike complete. And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks. Third down coming up after the completion. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there. The Boilermakers will punt this one away. They're up to a half dozen kicks today. A high kick. Let's see if he can pin them back deep in their own end. And he'll work his way on the return out to the 35-yard line before he stops. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. To the air on first down. He lets it fly. And the deep shot is complete inside the 35-yard line. And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me or I should get concerned. Because this offense obviously has had themselves a day. And apparently, their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Here comes the offense on first down. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. It's complete to the left. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
You know, oftentimes these slot receivers, they're not the biggest guys in the world, but they're really good at finding the open spaces in the middle of the field. And you saw that guy attack the defense in the perfect spot, making life easy for his QB.
Second down coming up. He's looking to throw. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to avoid the loss.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from. You try to
fires the pass, intercepted. Never really got that return cranking, but the offense is set up at the 30.
This is a beautiful situation for the defense. When you're up by 2+ scores and you're in this situation, you know exactly what is coming. It's going to be a pass. They have to because the clock is their enemy. Great job playing pass, forcing the interception, almost putting the nail in the coffin. And I'm a fan of this, man. Run the football, eat the clock. We got the lead. This offense has put together a nice day, man. Like just balance, rhythm, timing, play calling, everything has worked. That's why they built this lead. They've had a great day today.
Ball's at the 22. Third and short coming. Can the defense force them to settle for a field goal? They'll try to get it through the air. Unloads to the right. And the pass is intercepted. Well, they didn't let him get loose for a big return, but he still made the big play, and they'll take over at the 17. The Purdue offense heads back out to the field. This has been a really disappointing performance, David, no question about that, but they can find some positives. Afterburners coming. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30.
You know, as the head coach of this team, this is one positive you're going to take away from this game, is that your players don't quit and are still willing to fight. There's obviously a lot of things they've got to iron out offensively, and we've seen that